go.
DanGryder, probable cause, Sunday night, January 18, 2026. Can you believe we've already consumed 18 days of this year? Good news is we've only had 3 fatal accidents in general aviation so far that I know of. Now here's my caveat. Once again, I'm having to shoot this video just a little bit early, but tonight's going to be a very interesting night because I'm going to take you with me to where I'm actually at tonight via the magic of video and video editing, so you can see where I'm actually at in Key West on a boat shooting video for Sunday night. Will it all come together? I think it will, but we're fixing to find out. Welcome. Let me know where you're calling and checking in from and writing from. Say hi in the live chat. Always happy to see all of you guys. Really don't have a lot to report on this week because we've had 0 general aviation fatals since last Sunday night, which is great. Our general aviation fatal accident rate is low and staying very low. Once again, our goal for this year, maximum, we're trying to stay under 11 per month. Our goal for last year was 12 per month for the year, 144. We ended up at 145, maybe. Been a little bit of discussion lately about defining the rules for how we define a general aviation accident. There's one in particular that happened in 2025 that after second look, we're not really sure if that qualifies as a general aviation fatal or not. So we'll talk a little bit about that later, but not tonight. First of all, I've just been flying all week this week. Here's a picture of a guy that did an AQP flight review, Ray, in his 182. Thanks, Ray, for coming into flying with me. If you'd like to do an AQP flight review at Hampton, Georgia, send me an email, and I'll be glad to coordinate and schedule that with you. Ray's a saxophone player. He's a dairy farmer, very interesting guy. And I've got a little bit of video that I'm going to show at a later date. I just don't have time to put it in here tonight, but he's a saxophone player. So when we got done flying our AQP flight review, I pulled out a guitar and we played a couple of hymns on guitar and saxophone, and it came out pretty good. He's a pretty good little sax player, and I appreciate you coming down to see me, Ray. The rest of this week, I was in a King Air 200. Here's a picture of me with the guy that just bought a King Air 200. I've already done a little bit of training for him in his airplane. I got to do a little bit more. He's got to have about 25 hours of IOE, initial operating experience, so I plan to help him with that. Dylan and I just got back today. I got a little bit of seat time for Dylan in the King Air 200 today, moving it from A to B, and all that was a good trip. Now, the next thing I want to show you here, because we're going to burn up just a little bit of time, this video that just came out from these guys, Flight Safety Detectives, is hilarious. Hilarious. I'm going to show you this. This guy is very upset with me. He's got a YouTube channel that doesn't have any subscribers, and he produced a video that only got, I don't know, 700 views or something like that. He is mad at me. This is John Goglia from Flight Safety Detectives. He's talking about me. Listen to this.
So we have one particular guy who's got a decent following, and he has some knowledge, but he's got his head up his ass when it comes to personality. And he just did a whole tirade on this accident, and all the way to the probable cause, blaming the pilots based upon his superior flying skills and his knowledge of all about all these airplanes. And it's really got under my skin when I watched it. I wish I could attend one of his sessions when he visits airports. I will watch for that because I'd like to get a piece of his mind, give him a piece of my mind, because he's a real ass for doing what he did. Families of those people on the airplane don't want to hear it from him. They want to hear the official version of what happened and not his pompous ass on his channel telling everybody what happened and blaming the pilot without sufficient information, just his own mind. And he thinks probably he's the greatest pilot.
Isn't that hilarious? Now, Flight Safety Detectives, they want you to know they have 100 years of experience in aviation, but none of them are pilots. John Goglia, the guy that was just talking and bad-mouthing me on the internet, which is fine. I appreciate that, John. That is very nice, and thank you. Let's show John Goglia's extensive flight credentials to be able to talk about general aviation accidents, aircraft accidents in flight from a pilot's perspective. Let's take a look. What do you think John Goglia has for credentials? Well, here it is. He's a mechanic. He's an A&P mechanic, not even an IA. He has 0 flight credentials whatsoever. John Goglia's never flown an airplane. Now, how can you be a flight safety detective for aircraft accidents when you haven't ever even flown an airplane and you're not actually a pilot? Totally hilarious, but I appreciate the limelight, John. Obviously, you're frustrated with the failure of your own channel, which is fine. I appreciate that. It's all very good. Now, let's cut to the chase here. I'm down in Key West tonight on a separate trip. I had to leave, so I shot this video a little bit early. I'm down in Key West, and I'm going to give you my update from Key West and then filter this into the video so that it all comes out. Will it work? I got no idea, but won't that be fun? We're going to give it a try. Check this out. Here I am in Key West, Florida, right now. Well, here we are in Key West, Florida, out on a boat, docked way out in the middle of nowhere with my friend Tim Puckett. Google Tim Puckett. This guy is a, I wouldn't say rocket scientist, but you've spent a career building telescopes, looking into outer space and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Building telescopes and doing stuff in celestial, looking at stars, looking at supernovas, comets. You even have something. You have an asteroid named after you.
I do.
What's the name of what was the one? How did that come about? Where they named an asteroid after you?
Well, people that do research, they submit the names to a certain commission, and they decide who gets the names. So it was me or Michelle Nichols with Star Trek, and they picked me.
She was Lieutenant O'Hara from Star Trek, and they were going to name it after her, but you got it instead.
Must have been an accident.
So where is your asteroid today?
I have no idea. Somewhere out there.
He owns an asteroid. He has no idea where the thing even is. I'd like to name an asteroid after me. In fact, I'm going to name one after me. I think I can do that without any paperwork. I'm just going to pick one out. I mean, what are they going to do about it?
If you write it down and read it as fact.
That's right. What I really want to do right now is go to the front of your boat. This is a great boat. We've had a great time for 3 days on this boat. I'm going to go to the front of your boat, and I want to jump off the front of your boat.
I don't think you really want to jump off the front of the boat.
I want to do a dive off the front and see how deep the water is.
Well, you know, the thing about it is, if you jump off the front of the boat, you know, there's railing up there. You might break something. You might break your neck. I really would not do it, but I really would not recommend it. Don't do it.
I want to do it.
Don't do it.
How deep's the water here?
It's about 25 feet.
25 feet. I think this is going to be a good idea.
I don't think it's a good idea, Dan. There's sharks out there.
I know there's sharks, but...
Somebody saw a great white recently.
I know.
I saw a man of war this morning.
What?
Ooh. I don't think you should do it, Dan.
Don't do it.
What?
No.
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 Well, where is he?
You think he's going to the bottom?
I don't... Really, where is he?
Dan!
Dan?
Dan!
I told him not to do... Whoa.
Help!
Are you okay?
Help! How was that? I jumped off the front of your boat.
Well, I wouldn't have done that. There's sharks out there.
I know.
There's tag sharks. It's just not a good idea, Dan. But
Well, I did it anyway. We've had a great time swimming down here in Key West. Tim and Ingrid have been excellent hosts for us down here. Have had a great time. The main thing I want to talk about right now is John Goglia. That's the guy from the NTSB. And I'm going to tell you straight up front, John Goglia, that was not very happy with me, was with NTSB, and he came to a conclusion on TWA 800. His conclusion was that 747 fatal was caused by a center fuel tank explosion. I disagree. That's a complete fallacy from the NTSB, and specifically John Goglia, who helped come to that conclusion. Never since the dawn of time has any airliner ever had a center fuel tank explosion, and they all run the same tanks, same fuel pumps, same systems. There has never been a center tank fuel pump explosion in flight from any other airplane ever. TWA 800 was brought down by friendly fire. One of our own Navy boys shot that airplane down by mistake. That's all that happened. I'm not a conspiracy guy, but I can tell you straight up, NTSB simply got that wrong, very wrong. NTSB's conclusion on center fuel tank, you can say what you want to, but TWA 800 was brought down by one of our own Navy airplanes, and I'm very sorry. I wish that we had a better way of dealing with that, but that's really all that is. So tonight, you're wherever you are, say hi, check in the live chat, let us know where you're checking in from. It's been a great couple days down here in Key West. We're going to do a quick summary of general aviation fatal accidents, and then we're going to play a Jimmy Buffett song, one of my favorites. If you could bring this iPad back to life for me, I'm going to play a Jimmy Buffett song in just a second here. But before we do, I'm going to give you the conclusion here. So far, January 2025, we've only had 3 general aviation fatals. That makes our rate 5.069 for the year. 3 of them. We should have 7 or 8 by now, but we've only got 3. That's a very good sign. I'm very sorry for the 3 losses that have been incurred so far. More important than that, I'm going to give you the end numbers of 4. I'm talking 4 general aviation incidences, power plant failure or abnormal in-flight landing off-field. On the 11th of January, November 6725, Mike landed off-field with a power plant problem, opened the door, stepped out, no problem. On the 13th, November 34959, landed and stepped out, power plant failure in flight, no problem. On the 13th, November 747, Sierra, Quebec, landed off-field with a power plant problem. And then finally on the 14th, November 9407, Tango. That's 4 in the last 7 days that have had a power plant problem, forced landing off-field, went wings level straight ahead, opened the door, stepped out, no problem. Those are 4 that could have previously been fatal. They took it straight ahead, no impossible turn, no turning around, full flaps, land straight ahead, it's over. Yes, we dinged up your airplane, but you didn't make it onto the fatal list. You see the difference? That's all we're trying to do here. I'm very, very happy with those 4. We're still going to have the same amount of fatals. We're still going to have the same amount of incidents per month. If we fly airplanes, we're going to have incidents. I want to convert those incidents into non-fatals. Previously, they would have been fatals, and I want to convert those into non-fatals. Isn't that a great idea?
Great idea.
So I talked Tim into playing this. Tim happens to be an electric guitar player, and this is one of my favorite tunes here that we're going to do here. This is a Jimmy Buffett tune, and fortunately Tim is an electric guitar player here, and I'm going to attempt to sing. We're going to put a little guitar tracking here for you. I'm going to use my favorite picks here. You ready? Let's do this.
Okay.
Mother, Mother Ocean, I have heard you call. Wanted to sail upon your board since I was 3 feet tall. You've seen it all. You've seen it all. Watch the man who rode you switch from sails to steam. In your belly you hold the treasures you have ever seen. Most of them green, most of them green. Yes, I am a pirate, 200 years too late. The cannons don't thunder, there's nothing to plunder. I'm a overboard victim of This is everywhere. Though I ran away, they can come back one day. Still couldn't manage to smile. Just takes a while. Just takes a while. Under the ocean, after all the years I've found, my occupation, Lord, hazard view. Occupation just got around. Feel like I've drowned. Gonna head out town. Feel like I've drowned. Gonna head out town.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, sir, for coming.
What a great time on the boat. You and Ingrid have been excellent hosts here, and we had a great time on the boat. And let's get back to Atlanta, Georgia, where we can finish up this video. But this is where I'm at tonight. I'm back. How was that? Wasn't that cool? Down there on the boat for the weekend in Key West, Florida. My friends Tim Puckett and his wife hosted us down there, and we had a great time. All right, that's it for tonight. A little bit of a short video, but I got you the update in real time, the best I knew it as of this afternoon, Sunday afternoon, January 18, 2026. That's the best I know it. I want you guys to stay safe out there and keep on honoring AQP, DMMS, Defined Minimum Maneuvering Speed. Learn about it, placard it, honor it, fly it in your airplane. Learn about the scenarios that are about to happen to you in your airplane. It's not a matter of if these things are going to happen to you, it's when. Are you ready? Are you going to be ready when this happens to you? I want you to be fully ready, prepare promptly, instantly in the correct direction to what Mother Nature throws at you. You're going to get an abnormal in flight. It's just part of the deal. All right, I'm going to get out of here and get this video up and on the air for my tiny little itty-bitty fledgling YouTube channel. Dan Gryder. Probable cause.
I wish I could attend one of his sessions when he visits airports. I will watch for that because I'd like to get a piece of his mind.